And I guarantee there are some people that I've really offended. And for that, I'm not sorry.
Rich's new coaching career.
Hardest thing I've ever done in my life emotionally.
It's a good thing you're not a drinker.
And I've said it before and I'll say it again. You're a coward.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, there was too much legs.
Like,
blows my mind.
Just how
someone got struck out, so they punched the
All right, we're back, kind of.
Nah, man, it's a
are
fresh
you?
start, baby.
How happy are you right now?
Listen, I love a podcast. And I love you guys. I love a podcast.
Rory's been trying to get this going for what, 6-8 months, probably.
I'm going to say more like 24 months.
When was the last time we podcasted?
It's been over 18 months.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. Like the ones that we did out in the barn, or did you guys do some after that?
Yeah, those were like we were like hanging on at the last little bit of that, you know, like there wasn't much.
For me, some temporary mics. I'll be done with my workout.
We'll do it.
I'll gasp into a microphone.
I don't want to do it. So new podcast, similar feels. Rich Froning podcast against my better judgment. Is that what we're calling this?
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
it's what it is.
I didn't love that name, but it is what it is.
There's consistent character. It's like it's not all.
My only one agreement on this was that we couldn't have a format. So during the week, I don't know what I'm going to eat after training, and over the weekend, I don't have time to think about what to prep for the week ahead. Trifecta delivers to my door or CrossFit Mayhem's door every Friday. Lately, I've been ordering the a la carte options like the bison burgers, salmon, turkey burgers, rice, potatoes, and chopped chicken. Trifecta also has prepared meal plans to choose from like paleo, clean eating, Whole30, etc. So all you need to do is heat them up in the microwave. Get 40% off your first order at trifectanutrition.com/Rich Froning.
Correct, which I think, okay, so if we watch Mayhem Monday, you guys saw the conversation. There's going to be no format. It was actually YouTube.
Format, yep.
And then what I loved about it was Angelo's follow-up was, yeah, like on the Jocko podcast, like he just reads a book and then he talks about it. And I was like, that's a format.
No,
I don't want a format. I don't want a format.
But the reason I was saying that is that he doesn't like that he has to live to that format.
Yeah, now that you've developed that format,
he has to do it. Yeah, he feels like he has to.
See, I disagree, but I feel like you could change it anytime. Like next week you do a top 10 list and whatever.
Yeah,
we can do it over there.
We can do what we want, you know, because the podcast has my name on it.
Amen that. Lots to talk about, so I don't know where to start. I would just say that, actually, I do know where to start.
Go ahead, you start it.
Some good news. As I
like, is in the Bible good news or just
not
some
good
news?
Not that
the good news or some
not
good
that good. Yeah. But as I was pulling into your driveway, I was sent tracking information for your new Epic Pro.
Let's go.
So Specialized has been more than generous with us, but obviously I want to talk about your.
This is an unpaid ad, actually.
This is an unpaid. Well, I mean, it's
give us a bike, 2 bikes.
But I don't know, man. You got this started as fun. Now there's trails on your property, and you got tons of dope bikes, and you're going to do one of the hardest races in the world. Tell me about that love for mountain biking.
Yeah, I think growing up riding four-wheelers, dirt bikes, doing that type of stuff, being outside in the woods. I mean, when I was a kid, our family vacations were NASCAR races, go to Michigan to visit family, and then ride four-wheelers. So we'd do camping trips. And I think the love of that meshed with the love of fitness and getting on a mountain bike and seeing the crossover there that I could get a good training session in or a good workout in or just be outside.
Yeah.
Man, I've fallen in love with it. So Angelo, we haven't
notably absent.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten the bug yet.
I enjoy it. I don't enjoy it like you guys do. I don't have it like you guys do. I like to run. I like to run a lot more than you guys do.
Be honest, and there's no judgment here. Like for fear of injury during the season, is any of it? Because I know some athletes are like Rich is an anomaly in the sense like I'm gonna go play flag football. I'm gonna go. A lot of people are like, I'm gonna protect myself a little bit.
I think about it, but I don't think so. No. Yeah. I don't really care that much.
Ironically for me, like I'm in love with it too. Like in Santa Cruz where I was before. Apparently world class.
World class, yeah. That's what I hear.
Never took the dive.
Just never did it. Yeah, I think part of it too is like, I mean, this weekend or next weekend we're going to Amarillo. I think hanging out with those guys and seeing some really good trails and hanging out with William and Brooks and Kyle and some of those guys really, I kind of sparked that because they've got incredible trails down there in Palo Duro, and then doing the 24-hour race that we did that first year. Yeah, that was a ton of fun. And then I think it's all kind of spiraled up from there, I guess.
24, which is coming up, by the way.
Yep, 24 in the Canyon.
You guys look out for that because we're going to have to kick up fundraising for that soon.
Yeah, we haven't done any of that yet. So.
And so another thing that I think is a misconception of people that don't get to see you on a consistent basis is, oh, Rich is just naturally good at everything, which you are, but the training, you started probably months ago. Like, what kind of mileage are we putting in here?
It's been kind of weird with trying to do the age group online qualifiers and semifinals this week, so I haven't been as constant on the bike. There for a while, it was 3 days a week, hour once or twice a week, and then 2 or 3 hours the third time. And so it just kind of really just depends on where we're at and how far out from the race we are. So been doing a lot of road riding with the mountain bike, which is not a pleasant experience.
No, dude, not made for that.
No, it's just very depressing. It's cool.
And I mean, now as a fan, I've got a passable understanding, but like Leadville is hefty.
Yeah. It's 100 miles and it's all above 10,000 or all above 10,000 feet. There's 12,000 feet of elevation and climb. And
isn't it like the last like 15 miles or something that's like the hardest?
It's pretty gnarly. Yeah. So Matt Chan's done it, and the game plan, my goal is to finish sub 9. So we'll see. It'll be a tall task. The hard part for me, I'm figuring out on those longer rides, is nutrition and making sure I keep enough nutrition, because there's been a couple of times where I didn't bring any nutrition and full on bonked and thought I was going to die.
You can't do anything. Like I've never been, I think we've all had it a little bit, like after triathlon, where you're like hearing feels weird.
Yeah.
Like your legs are crampy.
Not feel right.
But like, I can't imagine going for that long. And like, I don't even know where to start, like the nutrition thing. Like, I don't know where like because you have to start early, you have to be carbing up and
ahead of time.
And like, even like you're like, okay, I'm drinking this to feel good at mile 40, and you're at like mile 18 or whatever, like the timing. So yeah, that's like there's so much.
I think 1 or 2 centuries on a road bike.
Yeah.
And completely messed up the nutrition. Like rode an hour and had a plan of like eating a Snickers every hour until I finished. And then so right at hour 1, I was like, all right, I'm gonna eat like a fun size Snickers.
Yeah.
I think hour 1 I ate a fun size Snickers. 5 minutes later, had another fun size Snickers. 5 minutes later, had ate all of them and was in deep trouble. Just because you just like, if you get behind, almost you're pre-feeding a little bit, because if you get behind, you're done for.
Yeah. I tell you about the one we did last year, and it was so me and AJ and who else did we meet up? Anyways, we came.
You did the Skyway.
Yeah, we did Skyway.
Epic, yeah.
So it's an out and back 50 in and 50
Addison,
back.
Probably.
Addison's right. So the last way station you come to is 20 miles till the finish line. And some kid caught up to us, and he was pretty mouthy about, oh yeah, I've been chasing you guys down for a while. Well, this gangster out of his back little bike pouch pulls out a freaking Chick-fil-A sandwich that he had been just sitting on for 80 miles. I was like, brilliant. This is a pretty good idea.
Brilliant.
Like, you just got it in the back of your head the whole time.
I think Tosh, when he does that stuff, he'll take like a double cheeseburger from McDonald's or something.
Yeah, something just that's like, great that you're looking forward to the whole time.
But I'd be like the Snickers bar. Like, there's no way I could sit on it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but the problem was I was sitting on it for an hour, and then once I hit, my stomach was like, oh, I need more.
Dude, I'm hungry.
And then it was big trouble, game over from there. So,
so do you, or I guess I should say, when will you like practice that?
Yeah, I think next week is when training will really start. I think, 2 hour long rides probably midweek, and then maybe a little bit longer, and then start doing some like 3 and 4 hour rides. And there'll be some
with the nutrition
kind of with some nutrition to kind of see what happens.
Yeah, me and AJ both had like the go one more carb powder.
Yeah.
In our Camelback the whole time, and then I would smash those Uncrustables. I'm sure it wasn't the best plan, but it was
Uncrustables are game changer.
It's I think at that point it's not necessarily like clean food or whatever. It's just
burning.
Something that you can eat quickly, that you enjoy, that you're gonna like put down, like the Chick-fil-A sandwich. Like, that guy knows he's gonna smash it because like you're so excited to pull that thing out and eat it,
and it's a reward.
Yeah, it's a reward.
Like, made it, baby.
You did it.
And then now we got a new homie with
Aaron
tell a story about David
Gwynn,
Lane,
man. David Lane, one of the guys that's worked with us for a long time, does pretty much anything behind the scenes with website, and helps Jake with Mayhem Athlete, helps Jesse with apparel.
All departments, really.
Really. And so he's a big bike background, road bike, mountain bike, and has been talking about Aaron Gwynn for like a year and a half. Because Aaron, from California originally, lives in Montana part of the year. World champion downhill mountain biker. If you get a chance, if you do Aaron Gwynn Chainless World Championship, basically.
It's World Cup.
He won the World Cup and broke his chain off of the ramp to start the race. and finished the race and won this downhill race without a chain. It's impressive.
Couldn't pedal if he wanted to.
No,
still beat everybody else.
Just fed through it. But anyway, so was just walking to the coffee shop one day. He trains a lot in Windrock in East Tennessee and lives in Nashville, so he passes through a lot. Yeah, and just doesn't like Starbucks.
Does he live at that band?
Yeah. Ben, I'm talking about coffee.
No, he's got a house.
Wanted Buffalo Brew Coffee. Just wanted a local coffee shop or coffee spot. Stopped at the gym and was like, "Oh, what the heck is this?" Yeah. And David just happened to be one day walking in while Aaron's walking in.
It was like a CrossFitter meeting Rich Froning. He apologized to him. He just looked at each other and he goes, "I'm sorry, but do you know who you are?" Basically. And so we've kind of struck up a friendship from there. And so looking forward to. He rode with us the other day, and it was fun. It was a good time. Yeah, he seems awesome. I have a feeling he's going to be around quite a bit more.
Yeah. So he just wants to train, and we're similar stages in our career where he's just wanting to have fun doing what he's doing, but then also try something new. Yeah. And so he'll come up. He came up twice this week and did 2 CrossFit-ish sessions. So it was fun. Good time.
You made me think of something with the when you're dehydrated or whatever it is, like when you start hearing sounds differently and stuff. Yeah. Do you guys get it on a GHD? I feel like noise bends when I'm on a GHD.
No, I only do that when I get my barbell on my carotid artery and about pass out.
Yes. On the GHD, I start wheezing when I am getting tired. I'm trying to breathe. When I'm at the full extension, I come up. I'm trying to breathe, but it's.
I get that on wall balls. Wall balls, it's really hot outside. Yeah. I start to feel asthmatic. With wall balls. I'm like, and then I'll also jump to get the wall ball or the med ball up high enough. So
I could give you guys some tips. The trick is you stop.
Stop.
You just stop and you breathe for.
I'm about to that point. Yep.
That's my deal.
Don't overdo it.
It's turkey hunting season.
Turkey hunting season.
You just blasted one.
That's the proper term. Blasted a coyote and then blasted a turkey. Yeah. Me and Matt went out and Scott opening morning, and we like to ambush style. Somebody said, I think in the comments, I think somebody may have removed it or they removed it or something, and it was like total redneck hunting right here, love it or something. And it's
throw a beer can at him.
Yeah, yeah. So if you can't call well, you just got to chase them down, and that's what we did.
It's way more fun that way.
Yeah, I like to move, and I can't sit still, and so we had these group of jakes that we busted probably 3 times, and then just happened to hear them after I shot that turkey. They shot gobbled a little bit over the side of the hill.
Shot the coyote. After you shot the coyote,
what I say?
You said shot the turkey.
Oh yeah, after I shot the turkey or shot the coyote. Shot the coyote. They'll every once in a while they'll shock gobble. So if they hear a loud noise, they just gobble to it. It's really weird kind of phenomenon, especially with jakes because they're idiots. They're usually like young juvenile birds, and so I knew that they were just over the hill, so I tried to call them up. And as they came up, they saw us. I'm pretty sure over this little mound me and Matt were on, and I could have shot one at that point, but Matt wanted me to wait, so I waited, and then they busted off down the hill. So then we kind of low crawled for a second, and then we just went for them. Yeah, and
I'm not new to hunting, but I've never turkey hunted before this year.
Did you go with Gus when you killed that one? Yeah. Was it just you two?
No, there's a gentleman named John White in town who was a freaking pro. Yeah. We wouldn't have gotten a turkey without him. Yeah. And because what I was going to say is I had no idea that. And we can get into the contentious part of this later. People are like, it's so...
Turkeys are the hardest thing. They can see
so hard.
They can see 270 degrees. Yeah. They have, I think, 5 times better magnification, better than 20/20. I think 5 times more than that. And the color spectrum that they can see is insane. I was watching a video on it because I'm like, I'm telling you, we're through the woods, full canopy, it's thick here. It's it greened up in the last couple weeks. And I just see the tail of a turkey. 200 yards off through the woods. And it saw us and took off. Yeah, and I'm like,
it's crazy.
It's impossible that they saw. We're full, and so people that,
And so Gus being 13 this year, we tried to take him 2 years ago. And the dude who took us that time was we had both kids. And he's like, we're not going to see a turkey, just so you know. Yeah. And I didn't get it at the time because all they can do is dick around. They can't be still. You got to be like a statue. It was wild.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you go yet this year?
No, I haven't been this year. My dad killed one on the opening day and his buddy, but I haven't been. Yeah. I killed 2 a couple years ago, maybe last year. I can't remember. But, yeah. I like deer hunting more. Like, I know he likes turkey hunt more. Most people like turkey hunting more. I've just always liked deer hunting more. I don't know why.
Well, it's funny for that competition. So the kids turkey hunt, there was $100 buy-in, and first prize was dip shotgun. Second prize was guided deer hunt.
Oh, that's cool.
And so Gus got second place, and he was all bummed. And I was like, "Bro, we won.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted. Like, I'll buy you a shotgun."
That's awesome. Where's the deer hunt at? Are you going to do it, I guess?
I don't know, actually. Brian King's in charge of it, so
cool.
I'll update on that.
That's cool.
Brian King is trying to kill one turkey in each
Every state.
49 states that have turkeys.
What's it called? It's called like the World Cup or something like that?
Something like that.
There's, what is it? The Grand Slam is like four
Grand
different.
Slam is the 4 different birds.
4 different birds.
Eastern,
Okay.
Eastern
Some,
Rio.
what he's doing is way
Osceola,
harder.
Barium.
Yeah. Like what?
He's trying to kill one in every
Yeah.
all 49 states.
And like some of the places he's going, like he has to like get a lease to where he, you know, he like does his research, gets a lease in these different states. And some states, I think last year he went to Ohio like twice, didn't kill a bird, and is gonna have to go back this year. Like it's like it's like a lifetime kind of deal. Like it's gonna take years to do it.
Cool if that's what you're into.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So and dude, I mean, okay, so hunting's always been a way of life here. It's always been a part of your life.
Not really. I mean,
Not
it's
really?
only been the last like probably 15 years that I've gotten into hunting. Like I have like family that's been into it, and I've been introduced to it at a young age. But my dad, I mean, you know, my dad, he sits still about as much as I do. Yeah, like I remember as a kid seeing him walk out of the woods, but never once like did we go hunting. No, I went hunting with a couple of my uncles when I was way younger, and one of my cousins was really into hunting. So random, we would just go out in the woods and try to shoot things and eat them or whatever. And then I guess it's been 2013 or 12, Charles Peak, Tyler's dad, is the one that got me into turkey hunting.
Okay.
From there, like I've developed a love for it, and then now we're going out west every year and hunting elk and doing all that stuff. So
and almost like, I mean, you're making a massive step into it.
Yeah,
right?
The plan is with Mayhem Outdoors. We're still kind of figuring out what that is, but we want to get into the outdoor space and do some fun stuff. Angelo's gonna do it with us and be the whitetail hunter, because like I said, that's the niche that's not where I'm at. So. But yeah, we're going to try to have some fun, make some videos. And, I think with what we do with Mayhem Athlete, there's Angelo does the everyday hero stuff. There's a huge crossover with the military, police, fire kind of grunt work, everyday hero style programming that we do. It crossovers so well to be prepared for a hunt. Some of these Western hunts, especially Western hunts, and then also even the turkey hunts that we do around here with the hills and stuff like that. And then, I mean, I think there's even a benefit for whitetail in the middle of the day when you just need to get some energy out and, want to stay healthy.
So you can sit like you're saying, I can't sit still either. I'm the same way. So it's good for me to work out in the middle of the day and then go back out and hunt again and kind of be a little tired. That way I do want to sit still.
Yeah. So I think there's a good crossover with that. And it's just, it's fun. It's a different thing to do, a new challenge. Yeah. Being outdoors, there's just something to it. You can't, until you go out there, out west especially, I've just found that connection out there of like, it just feels like it's supposed to be that way, and that's how it was supposed to be. And then, there's such a good disconnect of being out there for a week, chasing after these animals and then coming home, and I just feel like a better person. I just feel better. For sure. Yeah. Cool. So
even on the years you didn't get an elk,
even on the years, like it's so frustrating, the mental, physical grind of it. They're like, I can't put into words how difficult it was to get to that point this year to where we even killed one, harvested one, killed one. And that wasn't even the hard part. Getting that thing out of there was one of the top 5 hardest things I've ever done. And then the whole trip, you add the emotions and the mental and physical leading up to that, combined with getting it out. It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. That's the part that like people don't see. They don't see that like a large group of us went out there a lot. They don't see how many people go out there and try to kill an elk every year. They don't see how hard it is when you do kill an elk. They see the shot and they go, he's using and then even the people who do hunt are like, oh, dude, it's not a real bow. Like you're not shooting a real bow. You're shooting a compound.
There's so many things against
much. There's so much you can say. And it's like, dude, you go out there and you hike for 10 straight days and, hike when it's hot in the middle of the day, cold in the morning, and then you pack this thing out with 3 or 4 guys. Like it's awful. It's hard. Like it's hard. I do get that it was probably harder couple hundred years ago,
or not. There was more animals.
Or not. There's more of it. But yeah, like I like hunting with like a spear. Like people think you should go out there and hunt with a spear.
It's not the same.
Or a
See,
rock.
I think, but like separate those two. So there's that, which is almost like, it's like, I think it's like CrossFitters arguing about like foot position in a squat. And you're like, all right, we're really getting into the weeds on that. But are you guys as shocked as I am?
People who eat meat that are against it,
just in general, like
blows my mind.
Just how fired up people are. One that, like, let's just take followers on Instagram, for example. They're just like, their heads
of all things.
Well, it's just like kidding. They've followed you for years. It's not as if you're like, hey, surprise, you know? Like,
hey, surprise, we live in Tennessee, we tote guns, and we hunt things.
Right?
Yeah. And we eat them. I'm not just going out and like
shooting
them to
fun.
leave it. I mean, coyote, that's one thing, but that's also messing with livestock, messing with calves, like all
there's
kinds
a reason.
of stuff.
There's a reason there's no season for some of those things.
Yeah,
like,
not to mention,
go out there and please shoot them.
Not to mention the coyotes are decimating the turkey population. So this year they've actually backed off on the number of turkeys that you can hunt, and they push the hunt
so they can
2
make
weeks
more,
later. So like there's a conservation piece to all of this. And not to mention all those tags. Hell, we've paid for probably 20 or 30 tags between 8 or 10 of us across 3 years to have one harvest.
And then
so where does all that money go?
Right back in,
right back to conservation. So people don't even, and anytime you buy ammo, anytime you buy any of that stuff goes back into conservation. So
the Ranella clip that you showed me, I thought was tremendous.
Where he's talking to the vegan.
Yeah, the vegan spoke out, and they had actually like a very
conversation,
a very great conversation. It was fantastic. I will try and link that somewhere. But yeah, I just wish more people could have that, because as much as the actual what they're saying, the emotional response to me is always shocking.
Yeah, like I get vegetarians and vegans. While I don't disagree or don't agree with you, I can respect you live your life that way and you do it how you want to. I'm like, I will not do that. That's not where I'm going.
Don't make me do it.
But don't make me do it, and I'm not going to make you eat meat. Yeah. But you're kind of not really hypocrite. We won't get down that rabbit hole.
But like
talking about how many animals are killed for
trying to get
the fields planted. I'm not going to get into that conversation. But at least you have some moral, like you're justified.
Yeah.
The people that eat meat and are against me hunting and,
it's from a grocery store, so it's different meat.
Blows my mind.
Blows my mind, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, you're a coward.
Yeah.
Because to take a life and then to handle that meat or do whatever you have to do to process it, it's a dirty, like it's a hard, it's not like you're standing over this thing like, haha, I killed you.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's a personal, there's a bit of remorse when you take something's life that you're like, oh man, or this meat that like, I'm way more likely, and this is bad, but like something that is leftovers, I'm like, whatever. But something that I've killed and worked that hard for, like that elk, anytime I cook that elk, I'm like, I'm eating all of this because this was hard. There's like connection to it. And not to mention the quality of the meat is that much better.
Yeah. Respect for it.
So
I do notice that, not to pour gasoline on your fire, but it's no secret that like you don't love Instagram, which is totally fair, right? You got all sorts of stuff that you have to do. But I noticed that you really want to take part in these hunting posts. And you're pretty aggressive about it. Is like any of that defensive-ness, or is it?
No,
like,
absolutely. I think it's no, I'm not. I'm to the point in my life, like as bad as it sounds, like I am who I am, and you're probably not going to change my mind or change who I am. There are things that we're always constantly growing on, but there's certain things that I'm pretty passionate about. And I'm to the point in my life where it's like, I'll die on that hill.
Yeah, go ahead and leave now.
Yeah. And so like, those are the one comments that I'm like, hey, Jen, or hey, Scott, if you see somebody that I need to like at least talk to, let me know. Because, everybody's like, oh, I thought you didn't have Instagram. Why are you being so, defensive on here? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't, but let me know. I'll get in there every once in a while.
I don't, but I will.
I will if I need to for the betterment of humanity. Every once in a while, I'll get in the comments. So, and then I've been on Twitter a couple of times here recently. So just to every once in a while, I'm like, I'm gonna light a fire here.
Yeah, I like to fish in the comments. That's my best. That's where I live. Honestly, I go to the comments and I just like arguing.
Billings was getting fired up in the last one, I think too.
Oh, really?
I think so. So
I'll get in there and I'll argue. I don't know. I don't know why. I love it. I love getting in there and seeing like these people who have no idea what they're saying, no idea what they're talking about. Like,
no idea.
I'm going to attack this person.
The lack of like, just they have no idea. They're just
angry.
Have to say something. What is?
And I think a lot of that, like just from the past couple of years, I think some of them are literally bots, right?
Yeah.
It's literally that's their job is to stoke fire.
I guarantee there's some type of like vegan or vegetarian group that is like, oh, hunting post.
Yes.
Let's attack them and tell them we're unfollowing them.
Yes.
They don't know if we're following them or not. So, I guarantee there are some people that I've really offended. And for that, I'm not sorry.
And to be fair, like also like you said, you're at a point in your life where for as many of those folks as there are, there's probably just as many who share your interests. Not just in fitness, but also like in hunting, and it's a big part of your future. So is what it is.
Yeah, and you know, we're doing it ethically. We're doing it by the laws. Like there's all kind of stuff.
Well, I think it'd be cool. Like I think the future's so bright because you got some like you're also making some pretty cool friends. Like going on Cam's podcast. Awesome. Like they've all got a unique view and take on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think this whole, you know, go out, drink beer, and just shoot guns, that's what a lot of people I think see hunters as. When if you come out, like I'd invite anybody who the most adamant critic of, you know, come out on a hunt with us and we'll show you it's a little bit different than what you think it is. So
just get them real hungry.
Yeah.
By the end of it, they'll be on board.
Yep. So I think it's, you know, we'll take Bennett and see what happens.
So with Mayhem Outdoors, a lot more of this coming, like mostly in the form of content, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of content. Partnerships in the industry, I think, is a big thing that we're looking at. Fired up about that. Meeting some, like you said, some really cool connections with what I would call hunting celebrities and different things like that, and going on some fun hunts and some crossover type stuff, which is, like I said, it's been cool to just meet people. You know, because I'm still learning. Like I know what we do is from the hunting, what we've done and how we've messed it up quite a bit. But man, I've met some really good friends, and then also strengthened a ton of friendships that I already had on these hunts, because you learn a lot about people, you know, just by it's similar
out there
to
and disconnecting a little bit.
Yeah, it's similar to CrossFit, the shared suffering too. You know, like Scott, I know Scott, he'll go any and everywhere without
and carry a camera
without question, without anything. Like you can tell a lot about a person, and you know, hey, that person's going to be there if I need them.
No doubt.
And so like you can learn a lot about people.
Yeah.
You know, that's so funny. Dave Curtis, he was on our last video, or our last elk hunting video when we killed that bull. And the whole time, like, we kind of joked about it because, you know, it's me, it's Tyler, it's Scott, and then TJ with Dave. And we're just us, you know, like normal, just dicking around and joking and whatever. And Curtis is super quiet and real reserved. And you're like, the whole time, you're like, this guy hates us. Like, this guy is just going to be like, I'm never hanging out with these guys ever again.
Because he made the camper. And so he
made the camper, NZ Campers, and like, but he's just a good dude, good friend of ours now. But I'm thinking, man, this guy is going to be like, all right, guys, that was a fun hunt. I'll never see you again.
Please lose my number.
Exactly. Yeah. And we get finished, and he hunts alone. Like, he hunts by himself, hunts with his kids a lot, and has like a story of where he killed an elk 7 miles back, is quartering it out day by day, and on the last day, bringing the elk in, he shoots a mule deer with a rifle and has to quarter it out. Like, it's crazy.
That's cool.
He does all that stuff by himself. He's from Colorado. And so I'm thinking, this guy's, and we get finished, he's like, man, that's one of the most fun things I've ever been. Like, in just this most, like, just.
You never know.
And you're thinking,
like, wow.
oh, all right, Curtis doesn't hate us, you know? Like, he doesn't want to kill us in our sleep. So it was, man, it was fun. And like I said, it's those type of relationships. Now Curtis is one of our real good friends and part of our family, doing Leadville with me. He's done Leadville before, so, and lives out there. So he's going to smash us.
Love that.
Be him and Arthur.
And so the turkey video is published. I don't think I told Rich, but I don't think I told you this. I had one big gripe about the turkey hunting video. Which is? He's going to hate me for it.
I told Billy.
Oh, you did?
And he said he's in.
Okay,
he said from now on, he said, I'll do the workout with you guys.
Because it's like, so the setup was, all right, we're going turkey hunting, so first we're going to do our workout prep. And then Billings was nowhere to be found in the video. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. The guy who's turkey hunting has got to be in the turkey hunt prep.
Yeah, actually, let us know, too, what you guys want to see. That was something we were like, all right, there's all these people doing X hunting videos. How can we be a little bit different? And so, like, I love Ranella. I love Meat Eater. I love anything that they're doing. I think it's great, and how you use it, and talking about the conservation, and talking about, you know, cooking it and stuff. So cool. We don't want to just copy that. We did a little bit of that with that elk hunt. So I'm like, hey, let's put the workout in and how we could prep for this, and then scale it for everybody. So I think that might be our kind of
spin on the whole thing.
Our spin on the whole thing. Yeah. So I think there's especially, like I said, out west, there's a huge. I mean, Matt learned there was a learning curve on fitness and being out there, and you're not just showing up and you're going to be walking up and down these hills with ease. Like, even us, me and Scott, you know, like, we train for it, and you're still like, you're dead at the end of the, like, you get back in bed and your legs are just throbbing, and you know,
you're thin, you're climbing up, you know, thousands of feet elevation all day long. Like,
side hilling and
side hilling, and then like the end of the day, you're usually climbing out of the hole at the end of the day.
Yep.
So like that's your biggest climb. You've walked all day. You've walked like 8 miles, 9 miles, and then your biggest climb is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And now it's getting cold. You sweat all day. You're getting cold now. It's drying to you. Like
it's not fun.
It's not easy.
Which I love. It's funny. My introduction to hunting was, there was some friends who tried to take me when I was younger, but it didn't work out. But it's my wife's father is a massive hunter, and he's got a lot of access to Alaska. But it's funny because he's a really fit dude, especially for his age. But out at their moose camp, they're like, I tell you, they got the all-wheel drive motorcycles, they got sleds and stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, we could like pack it out. And they're like, nah, dog.
No, why would we do that?
We're here for meat.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing. Like, there's no thump in the chest.
Yeah, no. And after doing, having that one elk, I don't really know. I mean, I will do it, obviously, 100% if we're out back. Yeah. But if there is access to some type of side-by-side or something, absolutely. Yes. Like even that cow we killed was it was within at least a half mile of the trail, maybe even less than that. And getting that cow out, we were in this super heavy blowdown, which is a bunch of trees stacked on like Tetris, basically. And to get that thing, like I equate the bull to Murph as getting that cow out was to Fran, because you were up and over things and it was snowy and slick and you're pissed and like it was, you put your hand down, you didn't have a glove on, you're like, your hand's frozen and then you're like, it was intense. Yeah. And then Matt carried both guns out, right? Remember that, Scott? You remember that? And so, but it was still hard. And then we threw it in side by side and went back, and at first I'm like, this is cheating. And I'm like, I'm good. Because I mean, we still hiked a bunch to get to that point, and man, you couldn't polar opposite type of hunts, but it was fun.
If by the time we step it up, you'll have to do a trip. So we went to Kodiak Island, and did blacktail.
Terrifying,
but amazing.
I know.
And so the added pressure there was like, you got to get the animal, and then you just got to get it out. Yeah, because there's bears all over the place.
Yeah, waiting for a piece of it.
Cam hunts in grizzly country without a sidearm.
Nah,
because he just wants it to be equal, and I was listening to a podcast about that, and I'm cool. I
don't want it equal.
Ask me if you've seen The Revenant.
I know, right?
Yeah. Bro, that scene is just
terrifying. I was never really afraid of grizzly bears until I watched. There's one video of them re-releasing one, and it's like a Jurassic Park truck backing up to this place, and they open the back, and this grizzly bear attacks the camera.
Oh my gosh!
And it was maybe 4 seconds. You might be able to find that and clip it in there, but it was maybe 4 seconds. And this grizzly bear attacked this GoPro, and it was terrifying.
Oh, it's awful. So,
I learned something the hard way a few weeks ago, which is no surprise to most people. I was getting some miles on my mountain bike, and midway through, I decided to detour and double the mileage, which is a bad idea when you're in the middle of nowhere and not properly fueled. RP Diet app keeps me ready for whatever style of training I have that day and sends mealtime reminders, so the demands of life don't keep me from my goals and feeling good in the process. RP Strength provides a year of nutrition help for $89, which is less than $8 a month. www.rp.app/code/Froning for a year of RP Strength nutrition help for only $89.
Viewer discretion advised.
Let's
see, what else? You guys also work out for a living.
We do some fitness for a living. Yeah.
And you're old now.
Well, he has a real job.
He has a real job. It's true. He's a hero.
Yeah, everyday hero.
He's an everyday hero. You want to talk about everyday hero, or you want to talk about semifinals?
Does that matter to me?
Let's go semifinals then, everyday hero.
Semifinals, age group semifinals this weekend for fun, for competition as well. Like I have been working out, so I might as well do some of it. Will not move on past this regardless.
Save for the people louder in the back. They don't understand.
I will not be competing at the games in person this year. I will be at the games. We're going to do a bunch of Mayhem Athlete and a bunch of activations with Mayhem Athletes. So I'll be there hanging out, working out, supporting our athletes. I'll be there. Angelo's team.
We'll hopefully be there.
You'll be there.
No guarantees.
Oh, you'll be there. And I am your alternate.
Yeah.
But only if somebody dies.
Okay, if one of us dies.
I said, I don't care if even if it's surgery thing. No, you have to be dead for me to be the alternate. So
let's hope you don't compete this year.
No.
You have been vocal about the programming.
Yeah.
I'm a Boz sympathizer, Boz lover.
Yeah. But, I love Boz too.
I know you do. Yeah, I know you do. But I do think that people appreciate hearing athlete input on the workouts.
You can be hypercritical at any workout really. You look at it overall test. The only one that I'm hypercritical, I guess, of is the
shuttle runs,
snatching right away.
Ice cold snatches. At
shuttle runs and ice cold snatches at 225. I mean, and it's just and people are like, well, then just don't snatch the bar. And some guy, I think on the comments, Jake showed me, was like, well, I snatched 135 to test it for my 61-year-old wife. And I'm like, 135, bro?
Yeah, you
like,
did. Yeah, you did.
You doubled.
Yeah. And so, I mean, we could just completely not touch the 225 bar and get no reps, but that's not, and I shouldn't have to choose between that or, keeping my labrums in my hips or my knees. Yeah. And so, that's
but not true. And so when you say it, are you saying it for
safety,
those athletes, or for you literally? Like,
I think it's just at that age group, it's still like,
it's like 60% of your one rep, right? It's not.
It's like, we're talking 70, but here's the deal is you look at body weight, you look at, if it was a clean and jerk at 225,
it's a little different. I just think there's so much risk with the snatch, and like, it's not that there's. I hate to say there's so much risk.
Turn his mic up towards his face. There you go.
Turn down for what?
I hate to say that there's so much risk with snatching, because I mean there's risk with a lot of the stuff we do, and there's
like firefighting.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but you're talking about in this context, it just does not seem like the smartest option.
I like that it's 3 minutes of 225 snatches.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with 5 minutes, actually. And I like that it's a rep at a moderate, pretty heavy weight.
Pretty heavy, yeah. You're getting a strength test.
I like the test. My only caveat to this was take the shuttle runs out because we've done them already. And I'm not necessarily even against shuttle runs and doing them.
But the way they're
we've done them in all 3 stages. We've tested it. We've tested an hour of knocking our head against the wall. Like this would still be a good cardio test with row and double under, like it would be fine. Double under,
it would be fine.
You might even add an extra like a 1500, 150 or something just to like get a little bit longer in there. The double under, you're kind of doing not a run, but it's a similar, you're getting out of breath, you're using calves, whatever.
Yeah.
What I would love to see is, all right, you finish this workout, the 25-minute time cap, you have that time to kind of warm up to those snatches, and then you get a good attempt at some good work at 3 minutes of snatches or 5 minutes. Like,
so there's like between A and B, there's a
warm up period. Yeah. Like however hard you go on that first part of the workout, you get rewarded
period
by a little bit of,
right.
So,
okay, got it.
And I don't think it really affects the test negatively. I think it's a safer test. I'm 100% in support of the 225 snatch for reps versus a 1 rep max, especially at this age,
I see what you mean. So I like that. So okay. So if you finished under the cap, you get that much more time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and
then
that's nitpicking. Like we can, it is what it is. That's what the test is. And that's what we're going to do. I would just like to see that.
Yeah.
And then the other ones, really, are there any that you particularly like? I like the format of thrusters, muscle ups.
You like that because you're not competing. I like it. Tell me what I got to do. Tell me what I got to do, or make the thruster a little bit heavier.
We were talking.
There's no gymnastics. We already have a heavy barbell and test the snatch. You already have a heavy bar, and I like heavy. So don't you already have a heavy barbell in the DT looking thing, and you have a heavy kettlebell. I know it's only step ups and but it's goblet and it's weird. So thrusters at 135 are not equal to muscle ups.
No. And the thing that me and Tyler and Grubb were talking about this when they came out, like Tyler said this, and I agree with this. He goes, I don't like that the guy with the best strategy wins the workout. Yeah. Like it doesn't come down to who's the fittest.
And not head to head.
Yeah.
Like if we're strategy out on the floor, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
This is like
if we could do the same workout, you and I could do the workout together, and you could beat me, and at the end of the workout, we may not even know who won, because it's like, you're like, well, how many reps did you get on this? Well, how many reps did you get on that? Yep. And it's like, you're trying to add it up. It's like, you don't even know who won.
Yeah.
And you did it right beside each other.
Yeah. I do like, and you're right. Like as a person who's not doing it.
Yeah, you're not doing it. Yeah.
There was one, I remember back when we had sectionals, there was, it might have been snatch in 3 minutes. It was a certain amount of time, but you chose the weight on the barbell, and you're lifting for total poundage.
See, I don't love that.
So you had to do like throwing 95 all over the place.
I've heard that.
Well, it happened at Wadapalooza one year.
Yeah.
Like some guys, and it was 2 separate scores, and it was like, it wasn't even a qualifier. It was one of the on the floor events. Some guys used a 45-pound bar, and you could use a snatch, and it's just weird. Like hey, that's the test. It is what it is. We're gonna do it. We
just are gonna
if
we're
we're
gonna
asking,
pick it apart.
If you're asking my opinion, you
Yeah.
know, Monday morning
We'll
quarterback,
gladly pick it apart.
I would just tell me what I need to do. You can make that 12.96, and it would be just as freaking hard.
I think you could even do 21:59. Call it like, you know,
115.
hard Fran.
115.
135. I mean, it's doable. I mean, it's really
doable,
hard.
but it's
really
in 5
hard.
minutes.
I don't know about 5 minutes,
test
but I
it.
just
Let's
think
go
it's
out here and
cool.
test it.
I just think that would be cool. Like you could say, you know,
Yeah, I'm fine with.
some
Just give me
people-
something.
yeah.
Just give me
Okay, so all that being said, what do you think you would do?
I don't know how I'm going to do. Well, so
You don't
I've
know.
got I don't know how much we want to disclose on this podcast, but I had some
When will this go out?
Monday, I guess. Whenever.
Okay,
I had my knee drained the other day. I had a little knee drained, a little cortisone put in my left knee. So depending on how the thrusters feel, that's, you know, I
Maybe
may
doing
just
70
do like,
muscle ups for
so I did
muscle ups.
last night, I did just 3 rounds of 5 and 5 to hit the minimum requirement of 15, just to see how it felt. It took me a minute 45, but I did 145 pounds. And so we'll see what happens.
Did you? And then, is that all you did?
That's all I
did.
did,
Okay.
just to see. And
So
then
you
we'll
have to do
wanted to
15
do-
of each.
have to
okay.
at least do 15.
What do you think is the upper limit? I started thinking about this. That you couldn't do 5 muscle ups on the 30 for 5 minutes. This is I'm taking it out of the thruster in this scenario. Could you do 5 muscle ups on the 30? 10 sets of 5 on the 30? I don't think so.
Four maybe.
I think yeah, maybe. I was
10
thinking
second rest.
or 5 on the 40 or 45 seconds. I was just thinking because we do.
Can you do 5 thrusters on the 30?
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just like I said, you do your 5 muscle ups. In your rest, you just do 1 thruster to keep the
One
bar
squat
moving.
clean thruster.
Yeah, just 1 squat clean thruster to keep the bar moving. I don't think it'll tax you that much. Like I almost might want to try it. Just 5 minutes of muscle
Try it
ups
for me.
with 1 thruster.
I think you do
between.
the 5 and 5 back and forth, and then after your 5th, do a squat clean thruster. I think that's the play you have to try.
I just I don't know. I like there. Yeah, you can talk about that workout forever. Because
I know,
there's
yeah.
1,000 different ways you can attack it.
So I don't. And like Angela was saying, you're not testing necessarily fitness at that point. You're testing
Strategy,
which I mean that's part of it. So
okay,
it is
I guess,
what it is.
but no, but
You got to be
not in the way.
you got to have the fitness to back up the
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah,
True,
for sure.
true. No, I don't think so. I think you have to have a little bit. Yeah, I think.
But if you have a better strategy than you have fitness, then
yeah, but exactly.
pay off.
Give me any strategy you want.
Okay, sorry.
You beat me by
Similar
90
fitness.
reps. Yeah.
Similar fitness.
Or you can hide a movement there. Like
Yeah.
if somebody's really good at thrusters, you only have to do 15 muscle ups in 5 minutes.
Do a set of 12.
It's all thrusters there.
Yeah, you do a set of 10 muscle ups in a row. And then, I feel like anybody who's towards the top, who made it to semifinals for you guys, could probably do 10 muscle ups in a row, hit 5 thrusters, and then take a second, hit their 5 muscle ups, and then just stick on that thruster bar for the rest of the time, So, I don't know. We can,
We can,
pick
yeah.
that one
They're going to have a
apart
rough
lot.
rest of the weekend.
The deadlift, power clean, shoulder overhead. I am glad this is not a hang clean. I'm glad that stupid pop clean thing can't be done here. I don't think anybody ever opens their hip when they do that, but
Straightens their arm.
That was
What is
gonna-
it? So you don't have to stop.
It's
just
a full
actual
power
clean.
clean.
Oh, sweet. Okay,
yeah,
from
so
the
it's
ground.
from the floor.
Yeah.
This one's
Yes.
gonna hurt really bad.
Yeah.
I did a little version of it, just 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off, and went from 95, 135, 155, and 185, so 4 sets. And that 185 is going to be real. So
Yeah.
So you got to, what have we done so far? We got a 5 minutes of 25. Well,
I'd
what do
say
you think this
I'd
first
say
one?
18 and 19 minutes for that one.
Okay. And then we go to the burpee box jump over,
Yeah.
kettlebell step ups, rope climb.
I don't love this
I don't
one.
love the step ups. I think the goblet squats are kind of cool. Like it's a movement that's been around that like you use a decent amount. You don't like it.
Who uses a goblet squat?
Like we do accessory with goblet squats. I feel like all the time. You don't like the goblet squats. Like I'm getting that feeling.
It just is. I mean, it is what it is. That's
don't-
what we're
I
doing.
like- I like-
you're asking me. I don't like it, but
You like it,
They're
I'm sure.
they're,
Right? That's
they're
classic
gimmicky.
CrossFit
They're
to
an
me.
accessory
for
to
sure.
me.
Well, and also like just saying like Mayhem Masters, like I do feel like we're in a front racks. I guess dumbbells as much as anything else, but like
Just an accessory.
we do a lot of kettlebell.
For me, it's an accessory movement.
Yeah.
I see it as an accessory movement.
You should get a
But
slant board out there.
I'm
and do
glad
couple
we're
squats on
not
it.
pistoling, so I'll take that as and it's a 20-inch box, so I'm glad we're doing that, not a 24. I wish there were a whole lot more rope climbs. There's not any gymnastics in this entire test, really.
Yeah, there could be a
There's
lot more.
8
rope climbs.
total rope climbs. 4 are legless. I wish it was at least legless the whole way through,
Yeah.
and maybe 3 or 4 each time or something. Because it's
Just-
I did so for reference on Tuesday. I rode a little bit some hard rowing, and then I just wanted to see what burpee box jump overs felt like because it's over a 20, which is way weird. I did 10 burpee box jump overs, 2 rope climbs, 10 burpee box jump overs, 2 legless, 10, 2 rope climbs, 10, 2 legless, 10. So 40 total box jump overs
all your box
and the rope climbs.
Okay.
Guess how long that took? 4 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then, I mean, I didn't do the step ups. I didn't do the gauntlet squats.
But still, it's
just kind of it's just kind of there. You know, it's almost like they were like, oh, here.
Is there, I was thinking about this, is there a distance, a width on the box? Does it have to be a standard box? I think it has
to be the standard box. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
I was wondering about that because
I'm pretty sure.
Otherwise,
and do you have to go all the way over?
No, I think you can touch.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know. I didn't read that.
I
guess I should read that and make sure I wrap my thumbs.
Yeah, you better wrap those thumbs.
Disqualified.
Wrap it for your safety.
Wrap it.
Okay, cool. So when do we do these? We got a couple people in town. We got
a couple people in town.
7 people in town. Easy's coming.
Elijah.
Yeah.
Says he is. I haven't heard anything as of late.
Jason Grubb's
going to be here.
Josh
Morundi's here. Hutch is here.
Hutch.
And then I forgot who else.
A handful of others.
A couple of others. So, yep. It'll be fun.
And sorry, did they say like when they drop and when you got to submit them by?
Yeah, you basically, there's a tomorrow at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, you get a password lunar module.
Okay.
And that was the original one from the lift off. So you have that, and then from there you have till Saturday at 2 to turn in 2 scores.
If that's the password, dude, they're sweating.
If
we were like to post this, they're just sweating. Like they know the password.
How do they know?
Who told them? Who was it? Who?
They have a meeting scheduled right now to change it.
That would be epic. That would be a good throwback. You know,
China's on the picture.
If you know, you know.
China. Yep. And then next Thursday, the workouts drop for Everyday Hero games.
This is exciting.
Yeah, heck yeah, I'm fired up about this.
Cool.
You know, it was fun. Last year I did the workouts with Angelo, a couple of them.
Yeah, most of them.
Most of them, yeah. And so when we kind of saw that was going to go away, it was kind of a no-brainer to do it, you know, and I think
we already have stake.
We already have
with Everyday Hero.
Heck yeah.
Like
Everyday Hero, you know,
spot,
I was a firefighter for years, having you in the gym every day, have a bunch of, you know, guys around and girls around that are
it's what CrossFit was made for, you know, military first responders.
That's our base, you know. So I think
and I'm an other, so you know that's
you're another. You're another. You at least get to compete.
There's somewhere for you too.
Yeah, so you know, having the military, police, fire, EMS, and then I think teachers, and then
medical professionals.
Yeah. So those are all the categories. And then we do have an other. You don't win anything. Sorry, you won't even get a participation ribbon.
Dang,
but
are you guys hiring right
just
now?
Let people be a part of the.
Ask me in a few months.
What'd you say?
Dang it. I was going to see if they're hiring at the department.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then I could also not win. I could not win in a different category.
We thought, you know, let everybody else participate and at least celebrate and do the workouts. It'll be fun. So
yeah, like maybe if you didn't do quarterfinals or didn't want to do quarterfinals, like this would be a similar feel to where it's like you get to go compete against people who have either been training for the season or not necessarily, maybe just training for their job, whatever. You just get to compete. Like, it's fun to be able to compete. You don't have to go anywhere. You stay at your gym. Like,
who knows? It might turn into something.
Yeah,
we do an Everyday Hero competition at Mayhem.
That would be
cool. That'd be fun.
That'd be really cool.
Also, it's completely free. You know, everybody, you have to sign up for Mayhem Athlete, the free thing for a week. But you cancel and it doesn't charge anything.
Yeah.
I think some people are like, wait, you got to sign up for Mayhem Athlete to do it.
Yeah.
It's free. You get a free week to do it. And then
Meaning specifically, you do the free trial and then you'll be off, like you cancel before you get charged.
Yeah.
Or you stay on because it's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get to do Angelo's workouts all the time.
Yep. Yeah. We have a whole, the week is set up. Basically, the workouts are going to be in there. So you'll get to do the workouts. You'll get the workouts for free. And that whole week, we have just regular programming for the Everyday Hero, so you get to see kind of what it looks like. And even on the days there is competition, we have options for those who aren't competing to do there's a pump sesh at the end of one day, and then there's an aerobic capacity workout at the end of the other day. So there's just other stuff that you get to see what's normally on there, and you get to see the workouts that are on there and compete with people just on the leaderboard. It doesn't have to be super serious. You can just get on there and compete on sugar wad like how everyone else does.
Is CrossFit training as prolific in firehouses and communities as I think it is? Because obviously I know a ton of firefighters, but I know them from CrossFit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like at least everybody here. I mean, I see it through a little different lens because everyone knows Rich when he was there. They know me, and it's Cookville. So like everyone, I feel like almost everyone at our fire station has tried it.
Yeah.
And most of the guys who are working out at the station, which we do have a good amount of guys who are, they're usually wanting to do CrossFit. Like we have pretty good CrossFit gyms. The shoe you did years ago,
2012?
Yeah.
13.
Gave
Maybe it was the Nano 2, the 343.
343. Gave us a little money to get Rogue equipment. And so we have Rogue equipment at our stations. So we have the option to do, CrossFit at all our stations. And usually when the guys are working out, they're wanting to do CrossFit. And, obviously I'm there and I have Everyday Hero. I'm like, here, I got like perfect workouts for us to do. And
then, like,
everyone
I know
loves it. So
and you're one of the main points of contact for us. Like, are people hitting you up? Are they stoked?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Kelsey sends Jake and I a text once or twice a week of like someone giving us a good review on it. And I haven't seen many bad. Maybe one bad comment about it. So
what is there bad to say?
Yeah, there was too much legs. That was what it was.
Too much legs.
It makes sense.
I think
my knee hurts. So
I think I said to Kelsey,
it's beach season.
I sent back to Kelsey something like, something over the top, and I go,
something very politically correct, right?
I said like, well, if you can't do that much legs, you don't do CrossFit then.
Yeah.
And I go, Kelsey, clean that up for me.
Hey, AI, clean this up, please.
Who is it from? Montana Knives.
Oh yeah,
you sent me one of their customer service responses.
The customer service response about, hey, send your business elsewhere.
Somebody was like, "Oh, it's too expensive." Whatever. The guy came back just hot,
and it was like basically just trashing them. Yeah, it was.
And it was a bulletproof argument too. He was like, "We're made in the USA. The cost of materials is more. We got craftsmen." Like it was just he hit him hard.
Awesome. That's how I want to respond to
when
people.
you there's a certain point where you're not going to lose anything by losing a few customers here or there, like, or followers for you. Like, it's not like when you're losing those people, you're probably actually, your overall brand is getting better because you're getting only the people. Yeah. You have the people who actually are backing you. Like, they're like, oh, I want to back you more because you are
stand up for what you believe in.
For yourself and the things you believe in. Yeah. I feel like it makes your personal community, the people who support you, even stronger.
Dude, without a doubt. I mean, it's part of like
that's a big thing with what we try to do is be authentic. I don't want to be, and to Jim's point, who said multiple times, 50% of the people love you, 50% of the people hate you. You're probably doing something right because it is what it is. You can't change.
Yeah, and if you're constantly bending to
whatever
all of those things, as you eventually see through, or people who are rigid on what they stand for and what they believe in, they're gonna say peace out.
Yep.
Cool. So that happens. What the dates are, May 5th through 7th, if you guys haven't signed up yet. And again, just through Sugarwater, right? They just literally go to the Everyday Hero track. Okay.
This podcast is brought to you by Airwave. It doesn't matter what I post. If there's an Airwave, people are asking what mouthpiece I use. I've been wearing the original Airwave mouthpiece, now called the HIT, for over 2 years now to help with recovery and on the competition floor and in training. Airwave recently released a new style that's designed for endurance sports, like mountain biking. The endurance mouthpiece has a more secure fit to keep your jaw relaxed and airway open during long training sessions. For podcast listeners only, get 15% off at airwave.com/Froning.
Rich's new coaching career. And
coaching career.
What are they? 5-year-old baseball players?
Oh my gosh, that coaching career.
I think you meant. I thought
you meant CrossFit. I was like, I
know what you thought.
I use that term loosely. You talk about the hardest thing I've ever done in my life emotionally is coach's pitch.
Without a doubt.
It's because
not just because of the kids, because the parents.
Our parents have been pretty good. They haven't said anything to me. Maybe they're afraid of me.
Good. You should hear what they say behind your back.
I know, right? Yeah. My wife's probably the biggest. No, I did not understand how emotionally involved I would be. And the hard part is it's 7 and 8 year olds, coach's pitch. And we have probably 4 or 5 7 and 8 year olds. And the rest are 5 and 6 year olds, my son being one included. And we're bad. We're bad.
But we're having fun.
The kids are having a ton of fun. Every time we finish, they're happy. You know, did we win? I'm like, no, we didn't win. They're like, oh, all right. You know, I'm like, did you have fun? Yeah, we had fun. You know,
awesome.
and so I wish we could film other people's kids, or at least just like maybe blur their faces out and get these guys to mic me up one game, because
we should do it. You do need to get mic'd up. That would be great.
I'm losing my mind out there. So like the premise is I pitch. So I pitch to our kids and I strike them out left and right. It's great. Not trying. And then on defense, I'm right behind second base, and I'm trying to tell kids what to do. And so we've kind of established we've got a kid at third. He can field ground balls pretty well, but in coach's pitch, you ain't throwing anybody out from third. So I just need you to block it up, right? Our best kid, one of our best kids, we got 3 or 4 really good kids, is at shortstop, and he's left-handed. So anybody who knows anything about baseball, you don't need a left-hander at short. We have another kid, Bennett, who is Brandon Stevenson, who comes to the coffee shop. His son's really good, and he's at first. And all the other kids are pretty much learning. Yeah. Maddox is a pitcher. Jesse Johnson, Jesse and Dakota, their son, he's really good too. Growing a little bit too fast for his legs, snags everything. Hard but as soon as his center of mass goes over one way, he's just like legs are going everywhere. He'll stay on his feet, and he's good. So those are probably our best kids. And then, you know, Trice he makes contact, and except for he went through a little 2-game slump where he smashed his finger in the door of the playhouse, and he wouldn't let me rip his fingernail off that had splayed up. Yeah. So he's just holding the bat like this and wouldn't swing. So last game he broke out of that slump. And so you talk about emotionally hard when, you know, we're losing 15-2 every game, and then your son's striking out 3 times each time, and you're just, it was hard. Yeah. And so he redeemed himself, and I mean, I don't care. Like, I just want him having fun, but it still makes it
You
rough.
want him to care
I want him, well, he cared, but he was just like, you know, my finger hurts. He didn't want to do it. And so he went 2 for 2. Well, anytime you get on base, we're counting that as a hit in coach's pitch. And then he had actually 2 putouts in the field, which I was happy with. I stuck him at second, and he had a little, like, flip to second base to Wyatt. So, and then he fielded a ground ball and ran to second. So it was fun, but we got beat 16-2.
Am I making up that Violet started the season?
No, Violet didn't.
She's not okay.
No. She next year. She wants to play, so we'll go T-ball next year with her. So, man, you talk about. There was one of the games. After it, I just sat in the dugout by myself. It's pitch
It's a good thing you're not a drinker.
It really is.
He went home and sat in the trophy room. Was like,
I'm not kidding. Like and not that we're losing. I just I can't emotionally disconnect. It's a problem. Like
you're out there wanting to win. They're like,
they want to win too, but I also just don't want to get just destroyed every game. And you know, we got some young, like we do have some really young kids, but still, man, it is an emotional roller coaster for me. I just sat in the dugout, and Hillary walked up. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just need a minute." Yeah, you know.
And look, I'm not making a comparison here. It's just prompted the thought. But Cookville in particular is like very serious about sports as well.
Very serious about rec sports and travel. Like there's some kids in coach's pitch doing travel coach's pitch.
Right.
I'm not doing travel coach's pitch. I'm not doing travel coach's pitch.
And then I'll like, let's step it up. And I'm like, I've seen fistfights. I'm not joking.
Oh, yeah.
Like
basketball.
8-year-old.
There was one last night, too?
There was one last night, yeah. I wasn't there. We saw it was a disturbance. They had called PD out there, and it was someone got struck out, so they punched the ump. I didn't see where it was.
Was it softball? Like men's softball? It had to have been softball, but
yeah. Someone punched the umpire.
Take a real serious around here.
Dude.
So you're drained, but I walked up, I put that bison meat on your counter, and Hillary said, Trice went to the doctor yesterday. You probably know the story. But the doctor was like, how you feeling? He's like, I'm real tired. It's my birthday yesterday.
I didn't know that one. That's good. Yep. Trice is 6.
He was kicking it.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun to like get out there, and I mean, baseball was what I did, and that was kind of my passion when I was younger. So it's fun to see him. Hey, Dad, let's go play baseball, and see him enjoy it. You know, he just wants to hit right now and run the bases. He does not want to field a ground ball or catch a pop fly, which he can't. He can field a ground ball. He cannot catch a pop fly. Even playing catch, I'm just like, here we go. Yep, go get it. Yeah. And watching those kids try to warm up, I'm like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to basics. We're just going to catch and throw.
Nah, dude.
Warming up. You're just like, I stand behind there. Kid got hit in the nose the other day. Same kid. Sutton, Goolsby's nephew.
Oh, yeah.
Gets drilled in the nose.
Oh, no.
Next game, I'm call him up. Kid tosses one from left field, hits Sutton right in the side of the head. And it's awful. It's
like a punching bag.
Yeah.
Dude, I tell you what, like even I'm doing the strength and conditioning at Prescott.
Oh, okay, cool.
And for their football team. And dude, the agility ladder, like we put it away after the second time. I was like, hey, you know what, boys? Let's
wait.
Let's work on this. Work on some basics.
Yep.
Do some
well, I mean, it's crazy what, and it's soapbox, but kids just don't get outside, you know? And even like some of these kids, you know, their parents probably aren't getting out in the yard with them and throwing and hitting. And a lot of that comes from the parents to start, you know, like I got probably 4 or 5 practices with them. And then a couple of them didn't even show up to practice and then wanted to, you know, we played the first game. And coaches pitch, everybody plays field and gets to hit. Yeah. So, you know, you're just like, you can tell which ones that have been played with in the yard and some that haven't, you know, and it just blows. Like, I don't even think twice about it because, you know, my kids are running around all the time in and jumping around and jumping off things and swinging and, you know, not to say that they're leaps and bounds. Like, Lakeland's pretty dang athletic. If I could get her to actually want to do something, I'm like,
and she's a killer.
I'd just kill her. Yeah. She's a stone cold killer. Yeah. But I'm like, hey, you want to play softball? Nah. You want to play volleyball? No. Lacrosse? No. But
you can hit people straight.
She can catch. She can catch. She can throw. She can hit. She can flip. She can all of it. And she's just like, no, I'm good.
Bro,
my gosh, dang.
Wait, I just wait. So like, and I'm massively proud of her for the accomplishment. But Coco, who's gotten really good at basketball and really good at softball, like just did a 90-degree turn. She wants to be a cheerleader. So she just did cheerleading.
I said no cheerleading until high school. That's what I told Lakeland. I said I'll pay
but it's
for
gonna be
the
hard.
tumbling.
But she's like just anything. Like this is all that I want. You're like,
I'll pay for the tumbling. Lakeland's done it. I'm like, I'll pay for the tumbling. I'll do all that. We're not doing makeup and all that stuff until you're in high school. We can talk. I'll give you the base that when you're ready you can do it. But we're not. So,
well, you can keep her away from my daughter because otherwise she's gonna have bad
Coco's
influence.
How old though?
She's 11.
All right. So yeah, we already told him like 13 or 14 is when they get a phone, you know, like it's going to be a while.
Yeah. Dude, which is nice. It was a really nice chess piece. Like if I take that phone away from Gus, like it's like he would rather be grounded for 3 years.
Really?
Oh yeah.
All right. Speak of the devil.
Oh,
Nerf guns.
What up, dog? Well, all right. Well, stick with no format. Like, do we say bye or is it just like just shut it down?
Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
I'll never know.
I'm out of here.
No, it's a good show, man. We're back.
We're back. Episode 1. Is this going to be episode 1, Scott? All right, this is episode 1. I don't know. What do you want to say? Give us some topics you want to talk about in the
totally
comments. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if there's hot topics, obviously we'll cover them. But if there's stuff we're not thinking about, like shoot it out there.
As Trice just did with that Nerf gun. Peace.